Welcome, everyone. This is a special event today at Princeton Theological Seminary concerning an independent study that I'm doing with Professor Mary Farag on Coptic heritage and museum studies, and it's an exhibition and lecture. The exhibition mainly is around artifacts and historic photos, manuscripts and books pertaining to Saint Archdeacon Habib Girgis that I have collected over the years. And the lecture will be about Habib Girgis and his religious education throughout the liturgy and also in a domestic setting. So I hope you enjoy the exhibition and the lecture, and welcome to all of you. Thank you.
His Grace's lecture will highlight Habib Girgis's efforts to promote Christian education, efforts that always began and ended with the liturgy. Anyone interested in reading more should pick up a copy of his book, published by St. Vladimir's Orthodox Theological Press in 2017. It's called Habib Girgis, Coptic Orthodox Educator and a Light in the Darkness. His Grace Bishop Suriyad's dedication to the Church is manifest in manifold, highly distinguished accomplishments.
The Coptic Orthodox Church is an ancient apostolic church that traces its origins according to tradition to the 1st century of Christianity. The Holy Family, according to the scriptures, fled from the wrath of King Herod and came to Egypt. Habib Girgis was a Coptic Orthodox religious educator and the founder of the Sunday school movement in Egypt at the turn of the 20th century. Gurgus was also a lecturer at the Coptic Seminary in Cairo and consequently became its dean in September of 1918. A reformer who published around 30 books and was the editor-in-chief of a religious journal titled El Karma, or the Vine. Habib Girgis sought to drag his church, sometimes protesting, sometimes acquiescing, and somewhat hesitant, into the 20th century through educational and structural reform. Liturgy was central to Gurgus's vision of reform as it was a means for popular education and engage the 5 senses. Gurgus used the third important method to educate the illiterate. Gurgus composed hymns and set them to well-known ritual melodies that the faithful knew. Gurgus developed a well-planned Sunday school movement for the first time in Egypt.
Bishop Suriyad and I were talking, and he asked me if I had heard of Habib Girgis, and I said I had not. And he began to talk about his significance, and I thought, how have I missed this great educational leader? Grateful for this opportunity to learn about such a great man and great religious, theological, and Christian educator.
Before Gurgus, basic religious education was given by blind cantors in what was known as the Kutab learning system. He advanced theological education for preparing and forming young men to be trained theologically and pastorally for priesthood. And then this one here is exactly the same, but this is his younger brother, the original. Ghali Girgis also had a stamp like this that he used to stamp his letters and official documents. And this, he had an ivory dip pen with his name engraved in it, Habib Bek Girgis. I was able to replicate the pen exactly and 3D printed. That's his ink pad, so red and blue ink that he used to use. That's my next project, to try to replicate that. This year we celebrate 150 years since his birth and 75 years since his repose on August 21, 1951. Saint Habib Girgis was canonized a saint on June 20, 2013 by the Coptic Synod at its annual session due to his vision towards religious and theological education, as well as his vision for reform of the Church. The first icon to be written of Saint Habib Girgis is on display there in the exhibition.
But thank you for the invitation and for the richness that Gurgus brings to the wider world, as well as to the Coptic.